We're going to meet a man who is sharing his memories as a Reno firefighter with firefighters all across the West to create a bond to the generations.
His name is Joe Granata, and after serving in the fire department for 28 years, he took on a hobby keeping those memories alive. As you're about to see, it keeps him busy and it keeps his fellow firefighters connected.
Fighting fires has always been a big job in Reno. A lot of generations have been through a lot of harrowing experiences here.
And we went around the back door and kicked in the back door and put the fire out. As we walked through the building, there's probably about 20 55-gallon barrels of typewriter fluid, cleaner fluid. Well, if that had gone up, I mean, it could have been an explosion and killed us.
And Captain Joe Granata, or Cappy Joe as most people call him, was there for a lot of them. Now he researches, remembers, and writes about those fires and the men and women who battled them.
You got a working fire, if you get water on this stuff, it'll blow up. Joe says, well, how big is it going to be? He said, oh, it'll take out about 4 city blocks.
He retired after 28 years in service, and that's when his work making sure no one ever forgets those historic tales began.
If I remember correctly, this is the Lions building, and this is Joe Duhart right here, little guy.
You see, they're a part of his monthly newsletter. Cappy Joe became a firefighter in 1958, and the life of a firefighter was different back then. A lot of grass fires, some structure fires, but not a lot of big high-rises to worry about.
I was lucky to get in the fire department when I did because it was just a great job. You couldn't wait to get to work the next day.
The work itself, you really enjoyed the actual work itself.
Well, again, camaraderie. It was so fun.
He saw everything change, from the people to the living situation to the training.
And raise ladders and tie knots and raise the equipment and stuff like that.
To practice, right?
Well,
Like just to practice?
and lay lines. You'd lay lines, you'd take the fire engine and lay lines, and then you'd load them back up again and then do it again. That was our training. These kids now go to school every day for hours. I mean, these kids now they're well educated.
And as he retired, he saw the need for a newsletter to help keep the crews, past and future, in touch. He began by posting announcements, accomplishments, and anecdotes.
So I'd type up the letters, I'd take them down to the union office, I'd print out 80 of them, 80 copies, probably about 2 pages apiece. I'd bring them home, stuff them in envelopes, put the stamps on them, address them, take them down to the post office and mail them.
Eventually, he moved to a computer, and his distribution soared.
I now send over 350 newsletters a month.
It's become read far and wide.
But I have retirees now, not just Reno Fire Department, but also Sparks, Truckee Meadows, retired firefighters from California, Clark County, Los Angeles County, Alameda, just all over California. I've got quite a few guys that come to mind. 2 months
Retired
ago.
from Reno.
No, they're retired from California. They heard about my newsletter, and people would tell them about it, and they'd email me, and I said, yeah, come on, we don't care. Well, any retired firefighter is welcome.
These monthly missives honor those who have passed, remind everyone of upcoming events like monthly luncheons, and recount the memories of firefighting back in the day, the tough parts and the amusing ones.
Remember that the fire on Sierra Street, or the story of the times so-and-so was running down the street trying to catch the rig and that he had missed, and all the guys were laughing because the operator was going just fast enough that he couldn't catch up. Well, the operator did that on purpose.
These days, his newsletter goes out with the click of a mouse. At one a month since March of 1988, Cappy Joe has put out an estimated 420 newsletters so far. And he says he still has volumes of stories to tell.
Cappy Joe took on writing that newsletter as he was retiring, and it's a hobby that keeps him involved, keeps him active, and keeps him connected.
Which just goes to show you that you never know where a valuable hobby can come from.
Thank you so much, Breen. Great story.